Alright, so in our heating graph, basically in our heating graph, we heat up a solid and there is conversion of solid to liquid, then it is converted into gas. So whole of the conversion is plotted on a heating graph. So for example, we have ice. We know that ice is a solid. So at point A, we have ice. We start heating it up. So its temperature starts rising. So we have ice at point A. So when we start heating it up, its temperature starts rising. So what happens? Eventually the pure ice will reach at 0 degree Celsius. So 0 degree Celsius, as we know that 0 degree Celsius is the melting point for ice. So what happens? When the temperature reaches at 0 degree Celsius, ice starts melting. So during the state of melting, we have solid as well as liquid. So during this, at point B, we have ice. So what happens? Now it starts melting in this phase, which is from B to C. So during the state of melting, we have both ice as well as water. Ice plus water over here. Alright. So when it reaches to the point C, when it reaches to this point, so at point C, all of the ice has been converted to water. All of the ice has been converted to water. So at C, we only have water. Alright. So if we supply heat to it further, so what happens? Its temperature will start rising. So its temperature will start rising. So during a change of state during the process from C to D, we only have water available over here. When it reaches point D, like it reaches 100 degrees Celsius. So we know that 100 degrees Celsius is the boiling point for pure water. 100 degrees Celsius is the boiling point for pure water. So what happens? At point D, it is water. Afterwards, it starts boiling. So when it starts boiling, we have water as well as water vapors, which is known as gas. Alright, so here we have water plus gas. So at point E, we will only have water vapors. We will only have water vapors. So further, if we heat it, then the temperature would rise. And we will only have gas over here from E to F. Okay, so basically we have encountered two changes of state. One is from solid to liquid. One is from solid to liquid at 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, so whatever the heat energy is supplied to it, during B to C, that is basically known as latent heat of fusion. So this is the place where latent heat of fusion occurs. This is latent heat of fusion. So from B to C, as we are supplying it heat, but that heat is not showing any change in temperature. So this supplied heat is known as latent heat of fusion. And from D to E, there is again a change of state, which is from water to gas, which is from water to gas. So we call, so whatever the heat energy supplied during this time, that is basically known as latent heat of vaporization. That is latent heat of vaporization. Vaporization. Alright. So in this video we have learned that from A to B, we only have one state of matter, which is ice. So what happens when ice reaches its melting point? It starts melting, and from B to C we have both of ice as well as water. So further, when all of the ice is converted to water at point C, when we supplied heat further, so it will be water until it reaches its boiling point at 100 degrees Celsius. So when it reaches its boiling point at 100 degrees Celsius, so the water starts boiling, and during this, from D to E we have both of water as well as gas. So what happens when whole of the water gets boiled? So now the temperature again starts rising when we supplied heat, and it will be gas from E to F. From E to F it will be gas.